And the riding from Caruso here, well, he's done a really good job to limit the damage that Romain Bardet is going to do on the top 10.
Yes, well, they certainly have done a real good performance here, but I ask myself why at this point in the race, because, you know, there is a long road to the finish of this one, and at this point riding for the GC, with the danger was up the road in Bardet, I'd not be too concerned, but I think, you know, he's always going to struggle against a Tiberi, who we see, you know, is really good, and again today he's going to be, you know, there in that main peloton of favourites, what's left of the favourites. So, yeah, but they're not taking any chances.
As a fan, I'm not a fan of that kind of riding. If you put yourself in the shoes of the director sportif, you do it. You know why. Because every place is worth money. Every place is prestigious. And it's a natural part of the sport. Certainly this early in the race, it can be difficult for fans sitting on the sofa to understand. I get that. I know there'll be people saying, oh, come on, this is negative. You know, put pressure on the leaders. But I get it. I completely get it if I'm a sports director. Bardet gets it, doesn't he? Picked his moment to attack, and he's pulling out now on Bardet. 22 seconds behind. By the way, Pogacar is now down to just Rafał Majka. And this is big pace being put on by Caruso. I wonder if we're going to see a move here from Tiberi. There is Caruso who goes. Yes, here we go. And Antonio Tiberi is going to make a move, and everybody else has to have their wits about them, because there could be changes in the GC, not just involving Romain Bardet.
Well, this is the interesting one, because Bardet, I believe that, you know, he's not the danger one. Does Tiberi think that, you know, he's going to put the other men in front of him in the GC classification on the difficulty, maybe? That's the reason they've been riding, but you know, he's got to do it all now, and we will see, will he put anybody in difficulty. We can see Utebrooks there, you know, a lot of moving on the bike, but that he's not his natural style anyway. He seems to, you know, move a lot on the bike, where some of the riders, Pogacar, they just sits there and the legs are turning, and doesn't look, you know, to be under pressure. But Utebrooks, I don't know if he's struggling, because he rides in that style.
You have to hand it to Tiberi and Bahrain. They're going for it, and it's admirable. For the minute, they've isolated Pogacar, but they've done the same to a lot of different leaders around. Pogacar still has, just behind him, Rafał Majka, though, sitting on the back of the group. This is Bardet now at 30 seconds, and the stage now certainly looking like it's this man's to enjoy in the final few hundred metres, Sean Kelly.
Yes, it is. You can see there, you know, when you look around, and he's also been, you know, made aware of the advantage he's got. And when you look at Bardet, it looked like it was nothing out there. You could see Paris-Pantre. It's no distance when you look, you know, the shot out in front, but to get across when you're on a mountain like this, and you're feeling, you know, the strength is, you know, pretty much you're empty, and it's so difficult to close down a couple of seconds. You know, 5 or 7 seconds difficult, but 20 seconds or 30 seconds, unless the man out front has a major, you know, crisis, well, then you're never going to get back, and that's the case for Bardet, and he's just continuing on here to get to the line as quickly as he can.
What a way to take your first professional victory. He's grown up in the shadow of his brother. Aurélien did it last year. He's since gone on to win other races. And from the French Alps, where they were born and raised, this pair were always going to be into their bikes. Following his brother, turning a pro, and following the man he's just about to beat. Romain Bardet was riding for his team when Valentin Paris-Pantre turned pro. He'd idolized him growing up, and he's now going to beat him to win his first professional race. This is the stuff that dreams are made of, and he's about to realize what he's done. Racing for one of the top teams in the world. It's going to be their 15th win of the season already. He can hear the announcer crying his name to the Italian fans. And if they didn't know who he was, they're certainly going to know him now. A shake of the head, a moment of disbelief, but he'd better believe it. He's over the hill, he's here to the finish, and Valentin Paris-Pantre announces his arrival on the professional stage. And the Tour of Italy for the Paris-Pantres is the tour of brotherly love. 12 months apart, they're both stage winners, And what a way to do it. Valentin Pachet-Peintre has beaten his own idol to victory at the Tour of Italy. Romain Bardet will take a very good second place, and he'll move up in the general classification. He's given his all for DSM Philomenic Postinel. They keep trying, he does, and he's second.